Yeah, I'm probably a little tardy to the party with this one. Hold on, I gotta do the thing. I gotta do the thing. But I legitimately don't think this girl tried to
Haley Welch
actually
initially
legitimately scam people. I just think she's one of those, like when we grew up, we'd watch, what the fuck's his name? Not Steve Murray. Phil, Phil? Dr. Phil, yes. And he had the Catch Me Outside girl. And honestly, he let her on. We all had a quick laugh and hearty chuckle, guffawed quite a bit. But she built her entire brand off that. Like they abducted her, took her to the ranch, and actually ended up being an upstanding person at the end of it all. I think Miss Hawk Tua here tried to do that. I mean, and I'd do the same fucking thing if I was in her position. Look, we live in such a beautiful society where you could just build your brand and be famous just off 2 seconds of memes and a sex joke. Like it's just such a like, and if I got that opportunity, I'd do that in a fucking heartbeat, and you would too. It's one of those things where you have to be like, oh, how is she getting a lot of money off of this? Like, man, because that's the world we live in. You can literally get paid to be like the monkey in the zoo and chimp out. Like, I mean, I don't know why this is, but it's just the way it is.
Haley Welch initially seemed to be a genius, turning her meme into a career that made hundreds of thousands of dollars. However, it only lasted 176 days before she realized that success could also be a nightmare. It all began on this channel here, Tim and DTV. They had just 21,000 subscribers, gained from doing street interviews in Nashville, Tennessee, where they'd met.
I remember when that was kind of like a trend. Oh, okay, now I'm remembering, so now I'm going back into the whole brain thing, the whole bum fights, where this guy would give two homeless people $20 to throw hands. And, oh yeah, he was also on Dr. Phil, and Dr. Phil brought him on, and man walked the fuck out, like, literally looking like Dr. Phil, and Dr. Phil's like, I don't want to see you anymore. He's like, you do the exact same fucking thing I do. It's just you have a bunch of goofy ass white people going, yup, yup, yup. And apparently, I guess because of that, Dr. Phil, he has the moral high ground. And even if you agree he does literally the exact same thing as that bum fight dude. He's the bum fight guy is just more honest about it. Like, or do we not want honesty, right? Or do we want moralization? Like in this, you kind of got to pick one or the other. But yeah, like you have a lot of these like on the street, like, things. And I think the bum fights, they took all of those videos down because YouTube goes through these like cultural shifts. Like they shift with the culture where you're allowed one thing at one point, then not allowed that thing another.
Meet two unknown people who were out having fun, Chelsea Bradford and her friend Haley Welch. With some drinks in their system, they answered basic questions.
How do you get over a breakup?
Only way to get over one is get under another.
Until the interviewer asked 12 words that changed the course of history.
What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
Oh, you gotta give him that hawk to and spit on that thing. You get me? Hawk to and spit on it. Spit on it!
Roughly 2 days later, on the 11th of June 2024, Darius reposted the snippet to his Instagram. Again, he had just a couple thousand followers, yet this didn't stop the algorithm from making the video viral. 18 million views and almost 500,000 likes.
It's not gonna get any bigger than this. And I go back like an hour later.
And let's be honest, right? Can I say this? Is this sexist? The only reason people watch her and enjoy that is because she's a pretty lady. Like, am I allowed to say that? I mean, do I care? Not really. But people do this thing where, you know, they act and think the way the world wants like it to be, the way they want the world to be, and not the way the world is. Like, let's be honest, a bunch of fucking dudes on the internet absolutely watched this and repost this because she was hot. Like, and if you, I guess if you say that, people will spurg out. But the spurgs also understand this. Like, if you want to do the whole Redditor thing where you measure her fucking forehead and be like, oh, her forehead is above the length of attractiveness, therefore she has a lower attractive score. Like, go right ahead. But okay, like, she has a interesting southern accent. I think she's from like Tennessee. Like, when she was with her friend, like, I don't think anyone even gave that girl, her friend, a second look. And again, another thing that sucks to say, but hey, this is the fucking internet. If you're attractive, people gravitate towards you. If you're a fat fuck like me, people don't. It's just the way it is.
And the views done went up by like 1 million. I was like, oh my god, there is no way that just happened.
The clips went equally viral on TikTok, where everybody clearly loved her. She's a total vibe. Protect this woman at all costs. Hawk tour for president. However, Haley was disappointed that this didn't translate to income.
Everybody else is making money off of it with merchandise, and he's making money off the videos. I was like, that's not fair. Like, it's me. Why am I not making any money?
It was therefore announced Hawk Tour official. We are selling authorized merchandise representing the Hawk Tour girl, so she is getting part of the proceeds. Get all of your apparel here. Haley had launched her own line of hats, selling for between $30 and $40 each. It took only 9 days before she'd announce, our infamous signed Hawk Tour hats are now sold out, with Rolling Stone therefore reporting Hawk Tour girl has already sold at least $65,000 worth of merch.
Yeah, that's like a year's salary. And I don't know, maybe even, like, apparently under 176 days. Like, that's a fuck ton of money. I mean, I do the same fucking thing. My only problem is with her, I guess she surrounded herself with a bunch of corporate leeches, and this is probably what's going to lead to her, you know, what this channel's probably is absolutely going to talk about. Like, this reminds me of one guy when Keanu Reeves was on stage, and he was like, "You're all breathtaking," and then there's this guy that screamed, "You're breathtaking," and he's like, "Yeah, you're breath." And that guy, I mean, he tried to build his brand off of the whole "you're breathtaking" thing, but he was a guy, you know, just sort of an ordinary guy. He wasn't a plump, beautiful Southern lady, and, well, didn't exactly go anywhere. Look, I'm just spelling out the reality of the situation. I mean, especially here on the internet. I'm not saying it's either good or bad. Hell, if I was a beautiful lady with plump titties and a fat ass, I'd do the same fucking thing.
Even Joe Rogan was keen to buy a piece.
She's making money. There's merch now. There's like Hawk 2 merch.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to buy a shirt.
Yeah.
Look at her. She's signing fucking hats. Only in America. Only in America.
Showing Haley she was able to commercialize the meme. There was just one problem. Nobody knew who she even was. The only information given was that her name was Haley Welch, which wasn't all that useful as she had no social media.
I was sitting there, I was giggling. I was like, they're like, where is she? I'm like, right here, but you don't know it.
Finding the Hawk Tour girl became a search for millions, with people stating on Instagram, Osama bin Laden had less people looking for him.
Hey, I mean, yeah, technically. I mean, I don't know. After the whole Hawk 2 and the whole meme thing, I fell off. I mean, what games was I look? It's odd how I map out the month and the era of things happening based off the games I've played. I think I was well in the Nikkei Goddess of Victory. Oh no, it was when I was going through the story of Zainless Zone Zero. When all this happened, I'm like, oh hey, that's pretty neat. Then I jump back to my waifu game. But yeah, I mean,
Some believe she was a preschool teacher, while others were certain she worked in a bar. However, both of these rumors were smashed when Haley addressed the public in her first podcast appearance.
I worked in a spring factory. I'm not a school teacher.
That was my next question, because
Or a
everyone said that
bartender.
you were a teacher and got fired from your job.
No, I'm not even old enough to be a teacher.
Haley further revealed she'd been offered some crazy money.
$600 like 3 days ago for me to spit in a jar and sell it. That is revolting.
And as a
that's the internet. First time. I mean, motherfuckers probably ask her for feet pics. Or like, when she's gonna start an OnlyFans. I mean, welcome to the fucking internet. Half of those were probably bots. No.
result, she'd hired herself a social media crew.
You have a full management team. You have a manager now.
Oh,
You have
yeah.
a shooter. She comes in with like this big ass camera. Like she's the real deal. Already, this happened like a week ago.
Yes, ma'am.
But her capitalization began to repulse the audience. An entire management team in a week. Wild. The fact that she already has an entire management team is insane. You made a drunk joke, and the next day you have whole management behind you. This world is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it happens all the time when people spring up and make money off literally anything else but working a factory job. I mean, you always have these people that rage at the world. But I mean, I guarantee you this, whoever the hell this is would do the same fucking thing if they marketed themselves the way she did. Which, okay, off a dumb meme, it really does take a bit of luck. Like, this was just a random nobody in Tennessee. And now she hasn't, again, the corporate leeches I'm talking about. I mean, I don't know. I mean, most people can build their own, like a lot of YouTubers, like PewDiePie, just sort of like, yeah, I think that, like, they were also affiliated with certain YouTube affiliate companies, but yeah, after a while, like PewDiePie as a brand and as a person, I mean, he's wildly successful.
That helped her appear at a Zach Bryan concert, while she began to sell merch on a much larger scale.
You already have a deal with Spencer's?
That's awesome.
You gotta
Like
be
every
kidding me.
Spencer's everywhere.
What can I go buy at Spencer's here?
We
Hat,
got
shirt.
shirts,
Hats
I'm
and
pretty
shirts, yeah.
sure.
She'd become friends with Jake Paul, tried to trademark the Huck Tour phrase, and was suddenly being followed by TMZ.
Toes. They want pictures of my toes.
What the fuck? See, look what I fucking said. Well, I mean, their toes. But yeah, people be asking for feet pics and all that. Welcome to the internet. This woman in the background's like, hey, am I going to make money now? I'm on TV.
Want pictures of your toes?
I don't want to sell pictures of my toes.
No.
Even Eminem used the phrase to promote his new album, whilst more than one person got a hug to a tattoo. She passed 1 million Instagram followers in less than 30 days and was being paid $30,000 just to appear at clubs. However, if you're given success without first going through hell, you'll find that the hell creates itself later. Her Instagram comments began to change rapidly. Whilst they once read "she's a national treasure, keep this woman safe," they quickly transformed into "this has to stop. This is pathetic. Isn't this embarrassing? Disappointing ass world we live in. Making clowns famous part 1,062."
This reminds me, I can't remember her name, but of that like TikTok influencer. Like she also got incredibly wealthy just off dancing on TikTok. And then she signed in with a bunch of brands. And then a lot of people were like, oh, corpo shill. Yeah, I think this is kind of one of those situations. I mean, I don't know. Personally, I would have just built her brand, gone YouTube, and not have surrounded herself with corporate leeches that want to leech off her success. I mean, there's a lot of people that do that. Like the most successful and the richest people on the planet, you know, you see that they don't, well, in America really, well, technically on the planet, they don't do this. Like they don't sign in a lot of corporate deals. It's like they make their money, they invest, they make their businesses, but they mainly just sit in the background and I don't know, go vacationing or fuck bitches. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you want to become that type of person that is like this celebrity, but sometimes that goes down a dark route where you don't really like what part of your life do you have ownership of over what parts that you don't. And there's a lot of other negative things. Like there's lots of crazy, weird people in the world. Like in a country of 300 million people, yeah, you're gonna have that one fucking weirdo. Just like that. I think it was this OnlyFans girl whose fans just set her car on fire, which is fucking wild.
Suddenly, she had actual problems to deal with.
I have to convince my pawpaw not to shoot the paparazzi outside of our house every day because they've been camped out here for like 2 weeks.
Creating paranoia on a day-to-day basis.
It's really strange. I can't really go in public by myself anymore. I'm paranoid of getting kidnapped or something.
Because there was a video of you.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Fucking weird people. If I was just her dad, I mean, hell, you would have to hold me back from farming them. Because you don't know also how other people around her would react to this. Like, she's famous. Does her parents want to be famous with her? Or like her siblings? Like, you never know.
With 5 security guards. Is that because you're paranoid about that?
Yes. And I'm little too, so I mean, I can't really defend myself.
It seems Haley had realized that fame kinda sucks.
What's the worst part about being famous?
Everybody looking at you when you walk into a room.
You don't like that?
No.
Does that feel unsafe a little bit?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Although she continued to take advantage of it. She launched her own fanfics, which is like a safer work OnlyFans, and charged $10 a month to an unknown amount of subscribers. She'd also launch an AI dating app named Pookie Tools, which received amazing reviews such as disgusting. Haley wasn't lying when she answered,
like, what's on the horizon, basically?
I mean, any and everything, I guess.
Essentially doing anything that offered her a paycheck. This was further proven by the Talk to a podcast, launched as a vehicle to promote Jake Paul's gambling company. The podcast was so terrible even Jake Paul himself roasted it.
Why did you decide to start Talk to a?
It's just stuff that has never been talked about in modern history. Scientific, historic, revolutionary wisdom. It's just an honor to be pushing humanity forward in that type of way.
However,
to be fair, I mean, the podcast is just, you know, a fair way to go, but I mean, and it is popular, but I watched it for like 5 seconds and I was like, I can't get into this. Like, what the fuck is this? I guess it was all she was having a friend do the Hawk Tua thing, I was like, nah, not for me. I'm gonna play my waifu game.
However, the Talk to Her comments were absolutely golden. My phone was at 1% when this was posted. I unplugged my grandma's life support to charge it. This podcast truly changed my life. Currently fighting on the front lines in Ukraine, and everyone has called truce to watch Ep 1 of the Talk to Her podcast. Amen. I have stayed clean from drugs for over 30 years. Thank you, Talk to Her, for making me start again. These same trolls have given it an almost perfect IMDb score, calling the podcast a genre-defining masterpiece, yet the show's quality is better summarized by its crazy amount of dislikes. Hayley's reputation clearly wasn't great, so when she'd host an episode with Mark Cuban, she probably should have avoided the following touchy subject.
Do you do anything with crypto?
Yeah, I do a lot with crypto, actually. I've got a shit ton of Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Going back to the point of doing anything for money, it seems Hayley was paid to shout out cryptocurrency.
So after I saw Michael Saylor speak at the Bitcoin conference, I have decided to start putting some money into crypto, and I just want to say, oh my God, thank you so much, Mr. Saylor.
And was
Yeah, and see, that's what I mean. Like, you have surrounding yourself with leeches, following the current trend. Like, this is just spiraling into a weird type of area. I mean, again, I think the podcast was a fine idea in the merch, but I mean, the thing about a brand is you gotta know who the demographic you're targeting towards. Like, is she going towards, I don't know, like single dudes, or towards a young, well, like teenage girls? I mean, I don't really know what the fuck. Like, I guess Bitcoin is going more towards the tech bro globalists, but, or like influencers. But, you know, I don't really know what in particular her brand is. Like, with that TikTok dancer, I mean, the reason her brand fell is because she lost track of the type of individuals that watch her, you know, and she lost related, and like the demographic could no longer relate the minute they tried to be reality TV. Ellen DeGeneres is with a bunch of 50-year-old wine moms that, what was his name? The guy that does the reactions without even talking, Kazi something. His brand was just shitting on stupid people before he started getting into the whole culture war bull crap. I mean, this is a long enough tangent, but with your brand, this is kind of something you gotta think about.
Was more than willing to make her own token.
If I want a meme coin, can I give you some tokens?
Yeah, I'll give you my wallet.
Okay.
But are you sure you're gonna launch? I don't know. I'm not a big a fan about meme coins.
She'd take to Twitter showing her favorite meme coins, announcing a Huck to a token was also coming soon.
Oh my god, look at all these stupid fucking names. Kek Tua, Mog, Dog with Tua, Bitcoin Sport Tua, Hawk 69,000, Pop Cat Tua, Pep Tua, fucking Dog. Like, I'm sorry, if you go to, like, there's a site called pump.fund where literal rug pulls and scams happen almost daily. And I'm sorry, if you go to a site called pump.fund, you deserve to be scammed. The name alone is like, you fucking idiot. What are you doing?
Well, on the 4th of December 2024, 176 days after she first went viral, Hayley officially launched it.
My Hawk meme coin is live!
Despite calling it the Huck to a meme coin, its website reassured the audience Huck isn't just a meme coin, it's part of the culture. Hailey is using her meme to unite her entire community. However, community...
What the fuck does that even mean? It's a non-existent fucking product. Like, it ain't even a product. Investment, I suppose. Like, people invest a lot into crypto and like these meme coins because they hope to become like the 0.05% that actually make it big, where the majority just gets their shit rug pulled. Like, they're hoping to become the 1 out of the 1,000 to actually make it, but at the end of the day, the house always wins. You know, whoever rug pulls with their coin, like, and whatever few other constituents that set it up, they're really the only ones that benefit. And the runners of pump.fund, where everyone else is just sort of left without money, you know, having their FOMO being preyed upon.
Notes instantly clarified. 96% of the Huck coin supply is in 10 connected addresses before the launch, essentially meaning just 10 people controlled the coin's price. When a user suggested the coin was likely a scam, Hailey responded by stating fake news, but appreciate you trying to protect the community. However, it didn't take long before tweets started appearing.
I don't even know if... Does she even use her own, like, social media? Or is that a group? Like, most people don't even... if you're a celebrity, half the time you have people that do shit for you because you can't be fucking bothered. And I guess to an extent, like a tiny extent, she is one. But again, I'm pretty sure, like, it's the snake whispering in her ear, like... Cryptocurrency, meme coin. You can make a lot of money off meme coin. Look at all these people making meme coin. I think that's what's going to lead to this next situation.
Lost 85% of an £1,100 investment. I lost 10k, bro, I got rugged. Just lost 286k on this. Don't trust MetaMask wallets.
And again, 286,000. Man, Han. I'm sorry. Clearly, these are people that went through it. I don't know if they have a lot of money, but they're clearly being like, yeah, I mean, don't trust these, you know, secondhand sites because it is a risk. And again, a lot of investments have risk associated to them, but they mainly follow market trends as opposed to artificial, like, inflation or artificially inflated trends. Or again, the rug pulls. Like, this is probably why people had the FOMO. Like, they probably understand, oh yeah, it's going to be risky because investment usually is. But they don't understand that, okay, there's a very small chance you'll be on that top 0.5% that actually benefits. The majority don't. So yeah, like, that's a lot of fucking money.
Hailey's co-creator called these people mentally ill.
There's a lot of negativity in the space. I think crypto brings the mentally ill into this thing. If you guys are in crypto, you're most likely mentally ill. It's just a bunch of miserable people trying to farm engagement and hate.
With Hailey herself blaming the losses on something they couldn't control.
We got snipe botted today, but we didn't sell a single token. But I just want to say, screw the sniper bots, and I'm not going anywhere.
To be fair, I don't think, like, if you were to ask her what the fuck any of the whole investment shit is, I doubt she knows. Like, she probably has an entire team who probably will benefit financially from the, you know, the whole thing while she's left holding the bag. Like, I mean, I don't think she's intentionally trying to scam. I just think she's stupid. I mean, that's kind of mean, but I think she's just not really very intelligent into this sort of whole thing. Again, she hired teams to do the thinking for her, and I think the team she hired, like, they know they can make money off of this.
CoffeeZilla joined and called the project.
Oh,
this is one of the most miserable, horrible launches I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, then why the fuck are you on?
Questioning how much.
What the fuck type of question is that? Oh, you should. Why'd you murder these people? Oh, well, why are you here? Why'd you murder? What? I mean, he's clearly on to tell you that this is. Oh, I do remember CoffeeZilla talking to, the guys about the whole coin and asking, okay, who's making money off this? And they tried to delegate. They're like, oh, it's a group, it's a fund. It's like, okay, so who's the name of these people? It's like a melting pot of investment funds and people, investors. So who are these investors? It's a project. He's like, okay, so who leads the project? The project is led by, again, he's using this nebulous language that, he's trying to delegate. He's probably one of the people. And I think they even muted CoffeeZilla, who was on that Twitter space.
Much money each founder made.
Someone just made over $1 million on fees. Who made it?
The creator.
Which is who?
That belongs to the project.
Who's the project? Who is the project?
Haley Welch, right?
This is the worst tokenomics I've ever seen.
Yeah, Haley Welch, right? Like, the way he said it, it was like, yeah, her, right? It's like, did she? Really?
Seen, and it is a scam.
It's not a scam.
The tokenomics are a scam. You can say whatever you want about it. You can cry defamation. That's my opinion. It's a scam.
As the pressure mounted, Haley disappeared.
I hate to interrupt you, Nick, but anywho, I'm gonna go to bed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Only brought back by a class action lawsuit launched by a dozen plaintiffs who claim to have collectively lost more than $150,000. To Haley's credit, she took responsibility, stating if you've experienced losses related to this, please contact Berwick Law. Furthermore, it seems she had no idea exactly what she was getting into, although it's still her fault if she put her name on it.
Yeah, this is the whole thing with putting your brand in the hands of other people and other constituents. And again, in situations that you have no real knowledge in. Like, you don't know the oversight. Like, the flowery investment language. Well, you hear it, but you don't really know how it is in practice. Like, she doesn't know, like, the whole machinations of cryptocurrency and the investments and all that. Again, she had hired an entire team to do that, and I guess a couple of guys off that team made money while she's taking the fall. But, she's still taking the fall. And again, I don't think it's her fault. I think she's just not really intelligent into this. Like, that's just really my opinion.
Her Instagram hasn't helped either. The only post Haley's made since pulling the scam is a video of her taking a lavish holiday. Makes you wonder if this trip was funded by the meme coin proceeds.
Yeah?
Enjoy your time before getting shipped off to prison.
Yeah. Again, and I believe the people who invest, like, they're just out for blood. They're like, I either want my money back or someone better take the fall for this. She literally speed ran a typical YouTuber's career, blew up, became a meme, started a crypto scam. Yep! Again, chasing the trend, hoping to make that fat bucks off of it. The popularity of Hawk 2 is a result of people not knowing when a joke has been overplayed and needed to be let go. I mean, again, if this happened to you, like, you'd be like, yeah, I'd ride that. Now, maybe you would be a lot smarter about it. Like, not surround yourself with a team and leeches, but I don't know, I think you'd do the same fucking thing. Why the fuck wouldn't you? Like, that's the age we live in. This reminded me of the Simpsons episode which Bart Simpson went viral pre-internet, early 2090s. After saying I didn't do it on Krusty's TV show. Yep. Everyone seems to be a genius. Says literally no one ever. Yeah, again, I guess calling her stupid was kind of harsh, but I just, don't think she was intelligent into that. She just hired people. It's something where everyone has a drunk aunt who acts like this. I went to school with dozens of this women. It's wild that anyone made her famous. I mean, that's the internet for you. Congratulations. You don't go through hell to create success. You can find that hell creates itself later. What a statement. Thanks for the title. But yeah, that is that man went hard and fucking philosophical with that shit. Sunny V is Grim Reaper of YouTube. Once he makes a video about you or downfall, you're doomed. Hey man, make a video about me. I mean, I'd like the the amount of people. Generally crazy to think that she went from nobody to a huge internet celebrity to being hated by almost everyone all in the same year. Yeah, usually you have that Goldilocks period, right? Where, okay, you become famous, you make your brand, you're creating your brand, then you become, the sensation. And usually you have a couple years of this, then you get the downfall. She's a total vibe. God help them. You're fucked when CoffeeZilla joins in. Yeah, man's like fucking the Elden Lord walks in the room, and it's like, the Elden Ring music show turns on. It's like, oh god, every people got a tattoo for. They are now getting bullied relentlessly, and death never getting a Hawk 2 ever again. Well, I mean, let's be fair. Those are probably just, I don't know, the type of tattoos you can just rub off with a certain formula. She's the definition of stop making stupid people famous. Man, with the internet, this will never happen. Stupid people will spring up every year to become famous and make money. I just hope I become one of them. God damn it, I need to get out this fucking hood. Please. Literally never understood why or how the Hawk 2 meme became so popular in the first place. I mean, how does any meme ever becomes popular? People reference it, share it. I mean, I do believe memes nowadays have a very low shelf life of around maybe a week until it's overdone. Whereas memes back in the early 2000s, I mean, yeah, they had a high shelf life because it was the induction of the internet. I thought the meme was trash from the beginning. I did too, but I mean, it was charming. She turned 15 minutes to fame into 15 years of shame. Yeah. Again, I just can't really blame her for this. She's surrounded herself by leeches. But, I mean, that's really all I gotta say about this. Never surround yourself by leeches. Peace.